we get to talk about a football game this weekend for the first time since week 17 last year. Yeah, it's a preseason game, but we still get to talk about it. We get to actually break down a football game. Sort of. It's a preseason game, which makes it different. So we'll make it a little fun, Soto. Let's alternate a question that we want answered when the Raiders play the Vikings this Saturday in the preseason. All right?
All right.
Let's make it fun. Do you want to go first or second?
You can go first.
I'll go first. Okay. My first question is the defense for real. It took off towards the second half of last season. On paper, it should be better with adding a Pro Bowl caliber defensive tackle. Didn't really lose anyone of crucial substance. It's a young defense that, again, on paper, should be better. Just 1 year, right? Guys aren't getting older and worse. They're getting older and better in their mid-20s. We've seen them be awesome in training camp, but it's against an offense that, again, on paper, probably not that great. Are they just good because they're going against Minshew and Farva that are learning a brand new playbook that they've had in their hands for maybe 3 weeks? Or is this defense legit for real? And the Vikings don't have this crazy offense that's going to, push us, but it's a different offense with, J.J. McCarthy is looking really, really good in practice, right? At least by rookie quarterback standards, he should give us a little something to look at. Very curious what kind of defense shows up.
My first question I want to have answered is the offensive philosophy going to change from last season? Now, the scheme's going to change, of course, because we have a new offensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. But is the philosophy going to change? Last season, it was basically playing to a manageable third down, as opposed to being a little bit more progressive and a little bit more modern with the play calling.
Which quarterback will protect the ball better? I think that's the pretty easy question, and you'll get like a pretty good answer, a pretty simple answer to it, right? Either, who threw the most picks, who dropped the most, who dropped the ball the most. And not even just, and you can argue a little better, right? Like you can throw a bad pass that you're lucky it wasn't picked. You know what I mean? Like, hey, that ball would have been picked, or, that's, you're lucky, you fumbled the ball, you're lucky your lineman jumped on it, not the defense jumped on it. Who's protecting the ball better? Big eye on that one.
What young player or maybe what rookie player is going to show that he was he's a steal in the draft?
Does the O-line maintain their multiple seasons long run of having the synergy make them better than the sum of their parts? Because again, our O-line, just purely based on who's there, is below average. Just pure talent, experience. It's a below average O-line, purely personnel-wise. But the last 3 seasons, we've played much better than the O-line, like on paper. Even when the O-line wasn't good 2 seasons ago, it was still better than it was on paper. Last season, it was very good in very specific instances. Way better than the guys that are on there. So are they going to be better than the sum of their parts?
Here's one that we haven't discussed, and I'm kind of surprised it took us this long. How is the new kickoff going to look?
The reason why I haven't talked about it is because I have no clue where to go with this. No idea.
That's the question. How's it going to look?
Does Daniel Carlson even do it?
Exactly.
Do you want what's his contract, $16 million or something? Like, do you want a guy that has 54-yard field goals be automatic, risk him tackling some 210-pound running back? Like, do you even risk that?
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's a rough one.
I mean, I want it. I mean, Tom McMahon's got his hands full, man. Like, all 32 special teams coaches do, but he has an even harder question. You've got one of the best kickers in the league. Do you risk that in something where, like, you don't want Carlson tackling people? You don't need a big leg. You just need an accurate leg.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things where it's like, hey, our backup safety was the kicker in high school. Like, you can do it, Yeah. You're not kicking it far, right? My last one. Antonio Pierce. How crazy does he get with the minutia? Timeouts at the right time, challenges at the right time. Is he going to get like rule fucked by veterans like we've seen, right? Like what kind of like, I want to see him really flex his sideline coaching in the preseason because he needs to like make your mistakes now. Be gutsy. Try something crazy. Like this is where you make your mistakes. Like get those feet wet, right? You're sparring. Throw hard, you know?
I'm kind of interested to look and see how Brock Bowers is used. Are they going to move him around a lot and show their hand, or are they just going to kind of be more vanilla with him?
Hey, you made it to the end of our video. Great job. I know you want more. Go ahead and click the next video. And if you're feeling crazy, go ahead and subscribe.